Hello and welcome to the Stratazine podcast. I'm Abby Nelson and joining me today is
Allie Grant,
Shainah D'Aquino,
Elizabeth Miller,
Hannah Hannahberg.
And our topic today is building a nostalgic advertising strategy that works. To get us started, Allie has researched the latest in what makes an ad strategy strategic.
Thanks, Abby. Not all ads are created equal. What separates a strong ad from a mediocre one is strategy. A strategic advertising approach aligns business goals, audience insights, and measurable objectives to maximize impact. In today's complex media landscape, strategy goes beyond choosing a platform. It's about crafting messages that connect, engage, and deliver results. In my video, I will go more in depth about what goes into making a strategy strategic. Have you ever wondered what makes an ad strategy truly strategic? It's more than picking a platform. It's about aligning your ads with business goals, audience insights, and measurable outcomes. According to Amazon Ads, a strategic marketing plan integrates objectives across channels, ensuring each campaign drives real results. A strong advertising strategy starts with understanding your audience. Harvard Business Review explains that most powerful ads connect emotionally and align with what people already value, rather than just promoting a product. Strategy also means setting clear objectives. The American Marketing Association notes that effective ads aren't one-size-fits-all. They have measurable goals like brand awareness, lead generation, or sales tailored to each audience segment. Social media plays a key role, but the platform alone doesn't define strategy. Sprout Social emphasizes using data-driven insights to select channels, craft content, and measure success, focusing on what actually moves your audience. In short, a strategic ad approach is intentional, measurable, and audience-focused. It's about connecting with people in the right way, on the right channels, at the right time. And here is my sources. Okay, after watching that video, it really all comes down to this. The ads that stick with us are the ones where brands actually draw their audience in. When they combine that understanding with real emotion and a clear purpose, the whole message feels more personal and more memorable. Good campaigns aren't just trying to get a bunch of views, they're trying to make people stop, pay attention, and actually care enough to respond. And honestly, the heart of strong ad strategy is pretty simple. It's about connecting with a business wants with what real people need, feel, or relate to. When those two sides match up, when those two sides match up, the ad just works. It feels natural, not forced. So here's a fun question for you guys. When you see an ad, what's the thing that makes you actually pay attention? Is it the humor, the emotional pull, the visuals, the music? What grabs you personally when you're scrolling or watching TV?
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I love to watch the Super Bowl for the ads. Is that weird? Anyway, I love ads that are funny. Whenever someone's sitting next to me starts to laugh and I'm on my phone, I'll just get off and watch it with them. And I don't know, it's just kind of a fun bonding experience with your friends sitting next to you. And I also love tender ads and ads that just make you feel all the feels. And I think those is what really gets me.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that. When the ad pulls into your emotion, I feel like it makes you connect a lot more with it. So, yeah, I love that answer.
Absolutely, you guys. What a fun thing to think about too, and how powerful we look at those Super Bowl ads, right? They connect us, but ultimately, I love how you pointed out it's all about the audience. It's all about who you are. Different ads are going to connect differently with each of us because of our own psychographics and our own interests and our own things that we're interested in. So yes, the Super Bowl is such a good example, and that's what I'm watching it for too. So I get it. Thank you so much. So let's move to our next segment. Shainah, you've been looking into understanding our audience. So tell us what you learned.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to talk about something we all deal with every day without even realizing it, which is how brands figure us out. Like why we see the ads we see, why certain content feels like super targeted to us, and how companies seem to know exactly what we like. It's basically how about brands understand the audience and how they the brands decide how they use the data and how online behavior they're gonna use to send the right message in the right time. Okay, so let's watch really quick and then we can get into the fun stuff and talk about it.
Understanding your audience is the foundation of effective advertising. HubSpot explains that a target audience is a group of consumers who share qualities like demographics, behaviors, and interests. When brands define these traits clearly, they build a better picture of who their potential customer really is. And that picture shapes everything: the messaging, the marketing strategy, and even the products they decide to create. But knowing who you're talking to is only part of it. Different platforms attract different kinds of people. As the KSJ handbook puts it, each platform has its own culture, its own jargon, and its own audience. And that's why what works on TikTok won't necessarily hit the same on LinkedIn. From there, brands go deeper by using real-time signals. According to NT Technology, intent-based marketing takes consumers' data, things like browsing behavior or search activity, and identifies who may be ready to buy. That helps deliver the right message exactly when people is looking for it. And personalization isn't just a nice touch, it's effective. The McKinsey research reports that personalization can reduce acquisition costs by up to 50%, boost revenue by 5 to 15%, and increase marketing ROI by as much as 30%. And when companies understand their audience and use data responsibly, their ads feel less like noise and more like something genuinely relevant. And this is Shainah for Strategy.
Okay, what we just watched, it's definitely the short version of all of this, but honestly, understanding your audience goes way beyond age and location. It's about what people actually do online, what they click on, scroll past, or binge watch at 2 a.m. For example, all of us here, we are all college students, about all the same age. But do you think that our feeds actually look anything alike?
No, I would say they don't, because I feel like we're all at the same stage of life, but we're all going through something different. We all have so many different interests. Like for me, I'm married. I know Elizabeth is. Maybe we have some of the same stuff where it's like marriage advice or date ideas or just different stuff married couples go through. Or I like to cook, so I get a lot of cooking videos as well as fashion videos. But those are just a few examples that I have on my feed that could be different.
Ali, I love that. We do an activity with one of my classes, and I have everybody pull out their phone, and in under a minute, everybody pulls up an ad that they find in their feed. It has to be the first one. And they just raise their hand as they find it, and then we drop them in a doc. And never have we ever had anybody have a repeat ad. So here's a group of the same demographics, right? But in a test pool of about 30, not a single person in that room ever has the same ad. So kind of interesting, fun to see.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like when we see two people that are like the same age, maybe like in the same school, but if one's watching football or like the other one's into travel video, the algorithm sees them as different people. And even on if like I start watching skincare or beauty hacks, like my feed will be all about beauty hacks and all of that stuff. So it's not just that apps are listening, it's more like it's all about quick predictions based on patterns. Like when we see recommendations on YouTube, maybe we never saw that video, but somehow we're watching it at 1 a.m. So personalization works because we all pay more attention to stuff that feels made for us, which is why Netflix is maybe different for all of us too. And that's how big brands use all the data that they collect, but also like small businesses and small creators use that tool too. Like TikTok, your favorite creator can use and see who's watching their video like directly. And also like a food truck can target people searching late night eats. Of course, there's the privacy side too. Nobody wants to feel followed by like a hoodie all around the platforms that we are using. But when brands get it right, marketing stops being annoying and actually useful. So what do you think, Hannah? Have you ever noticed an ad that felt very accurate and like thinking, oh my gosh, what is this? And thinking about that privacy and ethics too. Is it really fair or helpful that we have all these targeted ads?
Yeah, I've been really thinking about this because the other day on Instagram, I started getting all of these sweat sets, like, you know, the matching hoodies and
Oh yeah, they're
sweatpants,
cute.
like from different brands though. And it knew that I really wanted another sweat set because I keep wearing the same one. And I was thinking about it. And when I go on Hulu, I never get an ad that I relate to. I think it's just because I only watch Modern Family on Hulu. And so that's not very much information about me, but on Instagram, I'm sure that I've been clicking on videos that have people wearing different types of sweat sets and what it looks like in fashion videos. And then I don't know if they have access to like what I've been searching, but or talking about. And so I felt really targeted recently because of that. And I don't know, I'm so tossed up if it's ethical or not because like I like knowing all the options that I have. But at the same time, it makes me feel weird that they know something. It's not too personal, but it is kind of personal. Like I just am trying to buy a sweat set.
Yeah,
A small piece of my life.
So funny because I also started looking for like 2 months ago, like travel destinations or like flights and stuff like that for like Christmas and like my spring break next year. And what I keep seeing until now are all like bookings or like hotel deals and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think it's a little creepy sometimes because I'll be like talking to my husband. I'm like, okay, like Taco Bell sounds so good right now. Just an example. But and then I'll go on my phone on Instagram and there'll be an ad of like, get your crunch wrap now. And I'm like, okay, but how do you know I want that, you know? So it's just kind of funny and a little cool. I don't know.
I know, I feel like it also makes things kind of easier because then it's like, oh, I don't really have to search for it. It's
true.
right there. Yeah.
It changes the way we interact now on social, right? And how you feel about an ad. I grew up in the day and age when you hated watching commercials, right? I wanted to watch my show, but you had to watch the commercial. And so that was the time you would run and get a snack or that kind of thing. And now ads are so tailored, right? And as a marketer, as a communicator, as we use that tool correctly, right? When we use it ethically, when we say, okay, let me find the Allies or the Hannahs that really want her sweat set, it makes our own business messaging so much more powerful. And we find that one versus just trying to pay and put a message out to too many people. So it is definitely interesting. It's interesting to be the consumer side, but also on the professional side and how it can benefit or not. So thank you. That was a fun discussion. Let's move to our next segment. Excuse me. Elizabeth, you've been looking into nostalgic marketing, the emotional connection. Can you tell us what you learned?
Yeah, so thank you, Abby. Nostalgia isn't just a feeling, it's one of the most powerful emotional tools in modern advertising. And I'm going to tell you more. I'm going to talk about the emotional connection of nostalgia marketing. Today, we're diving into how nostalgia becomes one of the most strategic emotional tools in modern advertising. Nostalgia marketing is a strategy that leverages past experiences, imagery, music, and symbols to evoke sentimental feelings in consumers. The goal is to reconnect people with positive memories and emotions from their past, creating an emotional bond with the brand. Why is nostalgia so effective in advertising? Because it taps into a deep emotional memory, fostering trust, belonging, and comfort, feelings that enhance brand loyalty and purchase intent. Increase willingness to pay and purchase intent. Nostalgia just doesn't make people feel good. It drives action. Consumers are even willing to pay up to 10 to 15% more for a product that rekindles positive memories. How to incorporate nostalgia marketing in your strategy? Well, this is how. Use retro music, sound design, and pop culture cues. reintroduce legacy visuals and storylines, revisit iconic campaigns with a modern twist, layer emotional storytelling with universal themes. Thank you. This is Elizabeth with Strategy.
Yeah. So nostalgia is a powerful strategic hook because it taps into people's most positive memories, creating an instant emotional shortcut to trust, comfort, and belonging. So, Allie, have you ever been moved by an ad that really hit home for you? If so, which one and why?
So I wouldn't say initially have been moved by this ad, but this one definitely came to mind when I was thinking of old ads. And it's the one where it's like a little illustration and this little boy is walking up to this cartoon owl who's sitting on a branch. And it was like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? And the owl like takes it and starts licking it. And once it gets to 3 licks, it like bites it. And then it goes off to saying like, the world may never know. And I felt like that one is perfect because everyone knows exactly what it is and was. And I don't even like Tootsie Pops, but I still remember it to this day. And I feel like it just brings me back to my childhood of when I'm sitting on the couch watching cartoons and that ad comes on. So I feel like that's one of my main examples of nostalgia.
Yeah,
ads.
I love that so much. I actually have something similar to that back in my early years. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it's a pillow, it's a pet, it's a pillow pet. Yes. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, my friend actually was one of the little kids who sang that jingle.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
What the
But
heck?
I had a panda pillow pet and I loved it.
Oh my goodness. Well, I had the ladybug one.
Mhm.
I just remember seeing this ad and begging my mom for a ladybug pillow pet for Christmas. And sure enough, I got it because I always sang the jingle. Maybe she was a little annoyed, but still to this day, that jingle gets stuck in my head. And I just think of that memory of Christmas time and getting that ladybug pillow pet.
Yeah. I almost wonder if they re-release pillow pets, would we all want to buy one?
I would. I don't know about you guys.
I know, I feel like I'd want to give it to like my kids because like I never got it, which is fine. But I feel like if they came out with it again, I'm sure our kids, once we have them, would be like, I want that, Mom, I want that, Dad. So
Mhm.
I feel like it's very geographic, the ad, because like I grew up in Italy, so like I never heard about this pillow pets. So like I'm so confused right now. But if it's in Italy too, I could just get it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Shainah, it sounds like we need to get you one for Christmas.
I know.
Oh, that with the Tootsie Pop sounds like the cutest gift.
Which
That's where we're
animal do
going.
you want?
Ooh, I love tigers.
Oh, I think
so-
they did have a tiger one, right?
They did, yeah.
Okay.
They have them all.
Wow.
It sounds like.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, guys. Behind the scenes can play a huge part in social media algorithms and connecting and creating connections with content viewers. Next, we will hear from Hannah.
I thought it would be really fun if we just deep dived into another company that will definitely jog your memory. A great example of nostalgia marketing is Nintendo. In 2016, Nintendo decided to re-release its Nintendo Entertainment System, which was originally released in 1983. According to the Nintendo World Report, the NES Classic Edition is a terrific reminder that at one time, we were all playing with power. Nintendo continually reminds its customers of the games that originally brought them to love Nintendo. The Spiralytics blog said the product featured a simple plug-and-play setup similar to the old retro gaming consoles used in the 90s with over 30 classic games. As of June 2018, Nintendo has sold over 3.6 million units worldwide. Financial management observed in a 2017 corporate briefing, Tatsumi Kimishima, then the company's president, acknowledged that the re-release of those systems was in part a means to an end. We also see the nostalgic interest in these products as an opportunity to draw customers' attention to our latest game system, the Nintendo Switch. AI Invest blog states that Nintendo's mastery of nostalgia extends beyond gaming. The company has tapped into the kidult demographic, adults who seek to relive their childhood through retro-themed products. For additional information and to reference the sources used in the video, check out the show notes and attributions at the end of this podcast. For Stratazine, I'm Hannah Hannaberg. Okay, so let's talk Nintendo. I personally have bought some of the old Pokemon games again. I've like scoured eBay for them just so I have the joy of replaying the game, even though I know almost every single Pokemon game is the same plot. You have to go through the gyms and all of that. But it's so fun to play through them again. And so it's led me to buy other products like the Nintendo Switch so that I could play like Mario Kart again, things like that. So, what are things that you guys have bought just because they were a part of your childhood?
So something that I have bought is an old Wii, like not one that's super updated. It's like the old one from my childhood. And I like to play like the old Just Dance games, the Wii Sports, the Super Mario Bros. Those are like the games that I played when I was a childhood, and I feel like they bring back so many memories because when I was a kid, my parents normally didn't just like give us something that we wanted. We had to earn it. So me and my two brothers, we saved up our money probably for like a year to get this. And we were super close. And so my dad surprised us with one when we were gone. And we had kind of like a movie screen in our basement. And so he had set it up for us and had all the games laid out. And so we were super excited. And it just brings me back to my childhood playing those games and all the memories that come from the Just Dance and accidentally letting go of the remote and hitting the screen. Or falling off the couch when playing Mario Bros. Because it was getting a little too intense. But yeah, that would be my biggest one.
Love it. You guys, thank you. Let's move to our next segment and look into what Aiden researched.
Thanks, everyone. Have you wondered how marketing teams use nostalgia in modern strategies? It's not just looking back, it's selecting visuals, moments, and emotions that still resonate today. When used thoughtfully, nostalgia helps brands connect with audiences of all ages and makes messages clearer, more engaging, and memorable. A modern strategy doesn't rely on nostalgia just for sentimental value, it uses it to make messages clearer, more compelling, and more memorable. So today, I'm breaking down how a team might intentionally integrate nostalgia into their campaign, along with a few practical insights. From Umbrella Local, I learned that teams use nostalgia to strengthen emotional impact. Familiar images, sounds, and cultural callbacks help create authenticity, trust, and warmth across a wide range of audiences. From Videco, I gathered that nostalgia is attention grabbing, especially in fast moving digital environments. It's an affordable and effective way to stand out, particularly on mobile platforms where familiar references are recognized almost instantly. From Science Direct, I found that factors like trustworthiness, authenticity, and brand heritage shape how people respond to ads. Because nostalgia relates closely to authenticity and heritage, strategic teams choose nostalgic elements that still feel relevant and credible today, ensuring the message remains fresh rather than outdated. Striking the right balance is crucial. A modern strategy uses nostalgia intentionally, tracking performance, monitoring audience reactions, and adjusting content to ensure nostalgic elements aren't just charming but genuinely effective. For more information, check the show notes and source attributions. From Zine, I'm Aiden Cowan.
Thank you, Aiden. So, in what situations do you think using nostalgia to influence people is acceptable, or when does it cross the line?
I love how Aiden put it this way, how there's need to be of balance. Because for me, nostalgia is fine when it's just helping people remember good moments or feel connected. Like if something reminds you of your childhood or a time that felt simpler, kind of, and that can actually be comforting. It's cool when brands or creators use it just to spark a good feeling or to make something feel familiar and not to trick anyone. But it gets a little bit sketchy when nostalgia is used to kind of distract people from what really is going on. And like when a company throws retro vibes or childhood references just to make you forget that the product is not that great. Or, I don't know. I feel like that's when it feels like they're using your feelings a little bit instead of actually offering something valuable.
Absolutely. So why ultimately did you guys choose this topic? Why nostalgia marketing?
I feel like it brings us back to our childhood. Like for me, I feel like adulthood has been really difficult, and I feel like I've had lots of things to stress about and lots of problems. And when I see those nostalgic ads, I feel like it helps me relax and calm down and remember those moments of when I was a little kid running around in the backyard on the slip and slide. And I just feel like it really makes you feel something. And I like when I feel something when I'm watching ads.
Thanks, Allie.
Yeah, it's been interesting. So recently I've been trying to clean out my things at home. And
How is that going?
It's hard. It's hard to let go of things, and that's part of the nostalgia too. And I was looking at my Littlest Pet Shops. Do you guys remember those?
Oh my goodness.
And I started like looking up Littlest Pet Shops just because I was excited to find them again. And I found out some of my Littlest Pet Shops are like extremely valuable.
Really?
And so then I started considering, I was like, do I want to sell these? Like make some money here. And that's when I realized the power of nostalgia marketing. The fact that people would pay so much for something I bought for maybe like $3-4 back in 2007 or 8 is now worth $250-300. And that's a huge markup.
Yeah, I used to collect Littlest Pet Shops too, so I relate to you so much. But going back to my video, I talked about how consumers, they're more likely to pay up to 10 to 15 more percent for a product that's more nostalgic for them. So like when you say you look them up online and they're super expensive, like, I don't know, it's just so dear to their heart where it just brings them back to like you were saying, like the childhood memories and them playing. So just good memories all in all.
Well, you guys, I love this. It's so fun to pick a topic you love, but also then see how effective it is in the market. So just thank you for today, and thank you for joining us for this edition of Strategene. Make sure to check out additional podcasts on our YouTube channel.